Hello, everybody. Hello. How is everybody doing? Miss Valera, thank you so much. I saw that pop up just right before we started. Thank you so much. You are so awesome. I appreciate you so much. Y'all, today we are making something really fun. We're going to do a Tuffet Pin Cushion. Tuffet Pin Cushion. I don't know if you are on Facebook. You might have already seen this. A little Tuffet Pin Cushion. It is so cute. I don't know about you, but since we've started this pin cushion series, I have been on this craze about making all of these different pin cushions, y'all. And not just the ones I've shared videos about. I've made several other ones too. But yeah, today we're going to be making this little Tuffet Pin Cushion. And this is live. One of the reasons I like coming live on Thursdays, y'all, is because it gives everybody a chance to spend time with one another. So if you're live and you can live chat with everybody, that would be awesome. If you want to hang out with everybody who's here. If you're watching on the replay, feel free to skip around. We are going to be chatty during this video. But if you want to get to the nitty-gritty good stuff, feel free to skip around. So great to see y'all. Y'all, today we're using stuff from the Dollar Tree. I went to the Dollar Tree the other day and I did film some footage of some random things that you can find at the Dollar Tree to fill your pin cushions or even make your pin cushions with. Y'all, this is a gift box from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to show you here in just a minute. So yeah, we're going to be using some of the things that I bought at the Dollar Tree to stuff our pin cushion that we're making together. We're not using the sewing machine at all today, y'all. This is just like an arts and crafts project, but we're using fabric and we're using some thread, but I'm using DMC thread today. So I did not supply a list of things so that you could make this with me live. But if after watching today's video, you fall in love with the Tuffet Pin Cushion and you want to make one, then you will have seen all the stuff that I used in today's video. So great to see y'all. Sorry, I'm going to take a sip of my water. I want to say a big thank you to my moderators. Thank y'all so much. It makes me feel good to know that someone's keeping an eye on our chat and y'all are on it. When we have issues, I don't have to worry about it. Y'all take care of it. Thank you so, so much for moderating the live chat. Everyone who is in path of this storm, please let us know how you're doing. Please check in and let us know how everything is, how you're doing. Just know that we're thinking about you, we're praying for you, and we hope that everything is okay. Judith says, I have stimulated her creativity. That's what I love to hear. That's what I love to hear. You know, here on my channel, I do lots of t-shirt quilt videos. We do some patchwork and applique and printing on fabric and all kinds of other videos too. But yes, don't you love these pin cushions? These are a great break if you're working on a great big quilt and you just need something else to do for a minute. This is such a great idea, just to get your mind on something else. Or if you're in a creative slump and you want a project that's going to get done in 5, 10, an hour, 5 or 10 minutes, you could make a pin cushion and then it just gets you going, right? Get you out of that creative slump. So I'm going to change the screen over. Just reading your comments. Yes, thank you so much for the updates. We are wondering how you're doing with this storm. It is something else. That storm is huge, y'all. So now I'm up here in the corner. And here's my cutting mat. And inevitably, someone always asks me, why is the writing mirror imaged? I have my webcam up above swapped mirror image so that you can see what I see when I'm looking down at my table, okay? And I think it just makes more sense to see this view versus seeing it from the other direction, right? So yeah, if you see any writing, it is mirror imaged, and I apologize about that. So look, here's our little baby Tuffet Pin Cushion. Isn't she so cute? There's so many different ways that you could customize and decorate these little pin cushions. But y'all look, this is the top of a gift box. So we're going to be using the bottom in today's pin cushion. It has a finished bottom. We're using one part of the gift box. So from one gift box, you could actually make 2 pin cushions. And this is the set that I bought from the Dollar Tree. 3 gift boxes came in this set for $1. And so yeah, you could get 2, 4, 6 pin cushions. They'd be different sizes, right? Because this one is long and thinner, and this one is a great big rectangle, and then this one was the smallest one. And that's what we're going to use today. But they have different size gift box at the Dollar Tree. Don't you love the Dollar Tree? My mom is doing fantastic. She is doing so good. And y'all, her hair is growing back. She's got a cute little pixie going on. And if we put some gel in there, it would be cute and spiky. It's so cute. She's doing really good. I apologize about my voice, y'all. I don't do lots and lots and lots of talking. So when I do, it's like, nope, you're not going to do that much talking today. So this is what we're using. But look, y'all, you can use all kinds of things. This is a ragu spaghetti jar lid. You could make a round tuffet. Wouldn't that be cute? A round one. And then when I was experimenting, I did a square one. And you could just glue this right on the top of something, right? So they can be all shapes and sizes. You're not limited to just gift boxes. You could do this with any shape, any kind of lid that you have. You're just going to follow the same techniques or create your own technique to do this. But yes, isn't that so cute? So cute. All right, I'm going to put those to the side. And the extra gift boxes. Y'all, this is the stuff that came inside the gift box. You could throw that inside your pin cushion. I don't let much go to waste. And then if you have a great big stack of these silica gel little pieces, you might be able to use those too. I don't know. All right, so we're going to be making our pin cushion from the bottom of this gift box, and I have some really pretty fabric. Let me find where that is. And then, y'all, I have a really thin piece of cardboard, and this actually came out of a fat quarter from Joann's. Have you ever purchased fat quarters and they have the little cardboard, flimsy cardboard in the fat quarter? I saved those. Sally, you did so much donating your fabric for the giveaway. You really did not have to do that. I appreciate that so much, but it's my pleasure to send these packages out. But thank you so much. Thank you. I love you. So yeah, this is just the cardboard insert from a fat quarter. Very thin, very easy to cut. And we'll actually be sticking a needle through this. Okay, so if you use a piece of cardboard, you want it to be something that's flimsy. All right, so I have that, and I need a marker. So the very first thing, y'all, we're just going to jump in and get started. We're going to get started with this. The very first thing I'm going to do, no matter what shape or size tuffet that you want to make, I'm going to take the box that I'm actually using as the base of my tuffet. And I'm just going to put it right down here on this cardboard. And I'm going to trace the shape right on my cardboard. So I'm just marking the outline right there. Try not to mark up my box. So there's the shape of my box, and now I'm going to cut this out, not directly on the line. I want it to fit down inside the box. So I'm going to come inside the line just a little bit. so that this piece of cardboard fits right inside the opening of the box. Just like that. And you can go ahead and try it out. Yep, see, it's still a little bit too big. I'm just going to trim that down a little bit. Just like that. See how it fits all the way down to the bottom? If you're doing it with a circle, do the same thing. Just you'll be cutting out a circle shape, right? You want it to fit down inside to the bottom. So there's our piece of cardboard we're using. Dun, dun, dun. This project's going to go by pretty quick, y'all. Pretty quick. Now look at this fabric. Isn't that pretty? Isn't it so pretty? I do believe someone sent me this fabric. I have their name over with the package that the fabric came in. I forgot to bring it over, but thank you so much. This is so gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, it's so pretty. I'm just going to go through here and figure out a section of fabric that I want to use for the pin cushion. It has so much going on. It's going to be hard to pick. I kind of really like this section right here. Is that going to be big enough? That's going to be big enough. Let's do that. So when I cut out my fabric for my tuffet, I'm going to use the cardboard template that I just cut out to determine how much fabric I need to cut, okay? You want to cut your piece of fabric fairly larger than your template. And let me show you why. Because you want your tuffet to have a good amount of cushion that sticks above the lip of your container. We want it to come up because this is going to go down to the bottom. We want it to extend at least this far and then further beyond the actual top of our box. So we want to cut out a larger section of fabric to make sure that it does that, right? So I'm just going to use my template and I'm going to go at least, let's see, we know it's going to fit down into the box an inch on all sides. And I want it to be even puffier than that. So I'm going to come out like a good 3 inches all the way around. And you might have to experiment with it, y'all. See how puffy you want your tuffet to be. I'm not measuring anything. I'm not breaking out my rotary cutter. I'm not lining anything up. I'm just enjoying the creative process. So there we go. I've just cut out this section of fabric. You can see how much bigger it is than the cardboard template, right? So there we go. There we go. That's going to be so pretty. So pretty. Now for the next step, y'all, this is really the only sewing that we're doing, and it's going to be hand sewing, but it's quick and simple. I have one of these needles, and let me just try to show you the eye of the needle. This type of needle is very thick, and it's very, it's not flimsy whatsoever. It's really good for burying your thread tails when doing crochet. Like if you do crochet and you have your thread tails, a needle like this is really great because it's got a big eye that you can put the yarn through to bury those thread tails. Or if you do those plastic, the plastic projects that's got all the holes in it and you're weaving yarn and stitching in the plastic, this kind of needle is really great for that. Does anybody know the name, a specific name for this type of needle? Because I don't. But it's big and it's thick and it has a great big eye. The reason I'm using this big needle is because I want it to go through the thin, flimsy cardboard without a problem. And because I'm going to be using DMC thread because it's nice and strong. It has it's actually several threads of string wound into one. So it's nice and strong. We're going to be tugging on this fabric. So even if you don't use a DMC thread, you want to use a good, thick, strong thread to do this next part, okay? I'm going to be using some of my Nana's DMC thread. She gave me lots and lots and lots of it. And if I can use it in my projects, it just adds a sentimental value to it for me. So I'm just pulling off a great big section. We're going to be hand stitching all the way around the edge. So I want to make sure I pull off enough to go all the way around all 4 sides. Just like that. I think that'll be good. Upholstery needle, thank you. Thank you so much. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. So I'm just going to thread this needle with the DMC thread. Y'all, I just found out the other day. I'm so glad someone commented on one of my videos. It was the Jacob's Ladder quilt block that we did at the at-home, Happy at Home together. All the live videos we did of traditional quilt blocks. Someone left a comment on the Jacob's Ladder block a couple of days ago, and she said, this video has a lot of great information, but it's just way too many commercials. I was like, I didn't put any commercials in there. And then I remembered that YouTube recently went through and automatically added ads into the middle of videos that were, longer than 8 minutes. So I was like, okay, let me go click on that video. Y'all, that video had 19 commercials in it. I was like, oh my glory. So I had to go through all my videos and change the settings and remove all of the commercials that YouTube had automatically put into them. So if you've been watching my channel and you've clicked on a video and it's got 17, 19, 22 commercials in it, I apologize for that. I did not do that. But hopefully I fixed it. All right, I have my needle with the thread and I just tied a knot right at the end of the thread. Okay, and we're just going to be doing some hand stitching right around the edge of the fabric, about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. Just like that. I'm starting on the inside. The back side of the fabric is where I'm starting, and I'm just going to go and thread my needle back and forth to the front, to the back, all the way around. About 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. My stitches are not that consistent, but you want them fairly close together, back and forth until you get to the corner, and then we're just going to pull this thread through. So there you can see my stitches, just like that. We're going to repeat the process all the way around. Just repeating. And in the meantime, you're going to want to heat up your glue gun and get that ready. I have mine plugged in. It should be ready to go when we get to that part. And I'm slow at this. So y'all just have fun chit-chatting with one another while I just get this stitched all the way around. Yeah, if you're anywhere that's affected by the storm, we would love an update from you. Just checking in, letting us know everything is okay. It does look like that storm is going to last and that it goes up through the country and then takes a turn to the right and it'll come my way before heading back out to sea. But by the time it gets here, it's just like a tropical low or whatever they call it. It's not a hurricane by the time it gets here, but yeah, it just looks like it's going to affect so many people. So check in with us. Let us know how you're doing. I'm still working here on the third side. In and out, in and out. It's so great to see y'all. Thank you for spending time with me today. In and out. I just do a big collection on my needle until no more fits, like that. And then I pull the thread through and start all over again. Like that. And I try not to get it all tangled up. I'm doing good so far. In and out, in and out. Ashley, this is your first time watching. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you have fun. I hope you come back. Everyone here is so friendly and so helpful. It's such a great community. If you ever have questions and I happen to miss them, usually there's someone here who can help you, and they do. Just threading back and forth, back and forth. I told y'all I'm slow when it comes to handwork. But we're almost there. We've got one short side left. One short side left. Almost there. Almost there. This is probably the most time-consuming part of the whole thing. It probably also depends on how big your tuffet is going to be too, right? All right, so there we are. I'm going to keep my needle with the thread right in there for just a minute. We're going to actually use this thread as a drawstring to start pulling it up, drawing up that thread just like this. See how the edges are starting to curl in? Just like this. I'm going to try not to lose that needle. I just kind of put my hand there. Let it start drawing up right around my hand. Just like this. And it's going to look like a hot mess for a little bit. It's going to look like a hot mess for a little bit. All right, so once you start pulling up on your string, this is really at this point where you're going to want to start adding whatever stuffing you put into your pin cushion. Okay? Now, I said earlier that I went to the Dollar Tree, y'all. I went to the Dollar Tree. I'm going to release that video, although I don't think it's the best video I've ever made. But I did take some footage of walking through the Dollar Tree and looking at all of the ideas of stuff from there that you could use inside your pin cushions. And some of the ideas I know would really work great. And then some of the things I was unsure of. So these are just two of the things that I bought. Some sponges, right? The needles go in these sponges fantastic. And if you want it to be firm and keep a good shape, then yeah, I think sponges would work really great as a pin cushion. And then I thought, you know, if you only want to make one pin cushion or a couple of pin cushions and you don't want to go buy a great big bag of polyfill, why couldn't you use the cotton balls from the Dollar Tree, right? So I was like, yes, that would be perfect. And then this morning I pulled one out of here and I realized that it's not as perfect as I thought it would be for a pin cushion, because let me show you. Okay, a cotton ball is sort of wrapped in one direction. On the end, it's very, very soft, right? You can force a pin into this end, But the pin does not want to go through the rolled part on the side. It just does not want to go through there. And I tried like 4 or 5 different pins to see that maybe this pin is just not that sharp, but it is. It doesn't want to go through there. So I thought, okay, well, there's got to be a way I can use these cotton balls in a pin cushion. I was like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. Because I'm like, I'm not going to waste all these. I bought 2 bags of them. So I thought, what if I cut the sponge the shape of my cardboard template, and this will actually go on the top. And it'll, hopefully, this is an experiment because I didn't do it this way with the other one. This Tuffet is filled strictly with polyfill. Nothing else, just polyfill. So I know the polyfill works, but I wanted to live on the wild side and try something different for this one. So I'm going to cut the sponge the size of my cardboard. I'll save that for something else. So we're going to go ahead and put that right inside our little fabric hot mess right there, just like that, because I know the pins go into that. Just like that. And now I'm going to just fill everything else up with the cotton balls. I'm just going to use these as filler. Just like this. We're going to stuff them in there as filler, since our needles don't want to seem to go through that. Mimsy said, so yeah, so the cotton is good for a thimble. Yes, it's. Who would have thought that your needles don't want to go through that? I did not know. So as we start filling it in, you can see I got a great big lump of stuff in there. I'm going to start drawing this up a little bit more, just like that, with an opening that is still big enough to put my cardboard template right inside. Just like that. Fit her in there and keep drawing it up. You can turn it around and see if you need to add any more filling. I think it does need to be filled up a little bit more, so you can loosen it and add some more stuffing in there. This part is going to be totally up to you, how full you fill it up, how tight you want it to be, how tall you want it to be. I think that's all up to the pin cushion designer, right? I'm just stuffing all that down inside there. Ashley Johnson, thank you so much, Mimsy. What got you into making pin cushions? Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, we went to Indiana for my mom's surgery. And while we were there, Sally was here. I think Sally is still here. Is a really active member in the creative crew. And she came to see me at the campground that we were staying at, and she brought me a handmade pin cushion. I have it right here. She brought me this pin cushion that she made, and I fell in love with it. And so it has inspired many pin cushion videos here on my channel, and even a pin cushion swap, which the swap is now closed for entering. But yeah, we're doing a pin cushion swap on the creative crew as well. So that's what got me started making them. I'm going to be really honest. I don't know if I like the sponge being at the top. I don't know. We're going to go with it anyway. So you're just going to fill up your fabric until it is as full as you would like it to be. All right. As soon as you get that drawn up nice and tight with your needle still threaded, we're going to go back in and just secure this nice and tight by taking a couple of stitches and tying some knots. So I'm just going to stitch there. And what I even like to do is go right across the way and grab some of that fabric, just like that. Pull it nice and tight, just like that. And I'll go over on this side. I'm adding some tension to my thread, okay, to help keep it all drawn up nice and tight. Oopsies. Oh, glory. I have a knot. Can I get it out? Oh. No, I have a knot. All right. Improvise, Lisa. Improvise. Of course, it would make a knot while I'm doing a live video. Of course it would. Oh, Judith has a great idea. Maybe a piece of batting on top of the sponge would give it a better shape. I think you're right. But we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with it. I'm just tying everything nice and tight. And then once you have it all threaded and good and drawn up on the back, we're just going to tie a couple of knots and secure that thread, okay? So there's one knot. I know this looks like a hot mess. I know. I'm just tying a double knot right there and cutting that and this extra thread tail off. So yeah, she looks messy on the back side, but no one's ever going to see that. No one's ever going to see that part. Oh, we still need our needle. At this point, you can go ahead and test out and see how far your pin cushion is going to stick out from your box. And y'all, you just have to stuff it right inside the box, just like this. Stuffing it, stuffing, 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 just like that. Actually, I might not mind the sponge being at the top. We still have another step to do, which will maybe get rid of this squared shape. Maybe. We'll see. So once you have auditioned the top of your tuffet to make sure that it fits down inside your box or your lid, whatever you're using, we can take it back out for a minute because we want to rethread our needle. We're going to give it this shape, this cute little puffy shape with some more DMC thread. And this is why I used a piece of cardboard at the bottom that is flimsy, because we're going to actually be poking a hole with our needle through that piece of cardboard. Y'all, I have a great big stack of those cardboard pieces from the fat quarters from Joann's. But other stuff that works well as flimsy containers is sometimes like a cereal box. Those work really great too. So I'm just going to rethread this needle with some more thread. I have 2 live streams and 2 chats going on. Do I really? Okay, y'all give me a second. I don't know why I would have 2 live streams going on. Give me just a second. Let's go over to YouTube. I love my moderators. Y'all are so helpful. Y'all are so helpful. Y'all are on it. I do. Now, which one do I need to delete? Why did it do that? Why did it do that? I have no idea. Okay, I don't want to delete anything because y'all, oh, okay, I think I see the duplication. I hope I don't lose you. Oh, well, it won't let me delete it anyway. Okay, so if you're watching one of the live streams, I'm going to end up taking one down after we're done and deleting the duplicate. If you are chatting on the live chat and no one is if I'm not seeing your question or the moderators are not seeing your question, jump out and click on the other live stream that evidently is going on at the same time. Last week, 3 of my cameras wouldn't work, and this week YouTube decided to put me on twice. I love technology because we get to spend time with one another no matter where we are in the world. But sometimes I just, it baffles me what it does. So yeah, if you're on the one, if you don't see any moderators on your live chat or not lots and lots of people are there with you, jump out and come join the other live chat. Are you aware that it's streaming through Facebook? I did not know that, but maybe Mimsy, someone has shared the link over on Facebook. I did not. But it's possible someone copied the link and put it over on Facebook too, and that's fine. All right, so we have the needle rethreaded. There's a knot at the very end. Once again, Kim, I'll have to learn what the quilter's knot is. I probably already know it, but I'm not good with the names of the stuff. All right, so we're going to start from the very bottom, the cardboard part at the bottom. We're just going to eyeball it right in the middle. I'm going to take this really thick upholstery needle, and we're going to punch right through that cardboard. And then with my fingers, I'm just going to push all this stuffing down and push that needle up so that it comes up through the middle. And y'all, those cotton balls, it doesn't want to go through. Work them through the cotton balls. Y'all don't use the cotton balls in your pin cushion. Because it's so difficult. Don't do what I did. Don't use the cotton balls. Oh, maybe I should have pulled them apart like Kathleen said. Yeah, this is not going to work. I'm just going to push that needle right through. I'm going to make it work, y'all. There we go. Oh, yeah, Kim, I do that a lot when hand sewing. Wrap the thread around the needle. Oh, I lost my thread. And then pull it down to the end. I do that a lot. All right, so I have the thread pulled up through the middle. We're going to wrap it around one of the sides and then go back through that cardboard. Yay. We're going to go back through all those cotton balls and the sponge. Back up through, there we go, through the middle. And this is where we're going to start wrapping the thread and making the little puffy sections of our tuffet. Just like that. Just adding a little bit of tension, just like that. Now we'll wrap it the other side. Just like that. Ooh, she's going to be pretty. Going back in through the middle once again. I have to use one of these buttons as a thimble to push her through those cotton balls. Where'd she go? Leave it to me to experiment while doing a live video. You'd think I would have learned my lesson by now. There we go. All right, so we have it going around this way, and now we're going to wrap the thread around the other way, the long way, and wrap that nice and tight and bring that through the middle one more time. Again. As crafters, we figure out a way to make things work, don't we? All right, pull that nice and tight just like that. And we have got one more wrap around to do. One more. One more poke through there. To the other side. All right, and we're drawing up on that DMC thread nice and tight, just like that. Now at this point, I want to add a button. I don't know that it's necessary, y'all, but I like the look of the button in the middle. This one here that I was experimenting with, it does not have a button. So you can see what it looks like with and without. Let me go back to my screen here. There we go. This is without a button. And this was just with some strong quilting thread, hand quilting thread. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to add a button to this one. I'm hoping I have a thread tail that's long enough to do it. Let's pick one of these buttons to add. Let's see. Ooh, that would be pretty. Yes, we're going to go with that one. This button is different than this one. This one has the 4 holes in the middle. This one's got the little hole on the back. I'm just going to put the needle through there. And we're going back down to the other side through all those cotton balls. One more time. There we go. And pulling that button nice and tight. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? I think polyfill would have filled out all of these wrinkles so much prettier. Polyfill. Don't use cotton balls, y'all. Let me experiment for you. So because my thread tail is not long enough to tie a knot, once again, we're going to improvise. I have my glue gun nice and hot. I'm just going to glue it. Glue it. Oh, really? Y'all, I have not liked this glue gun since I bought it. There we go. Sorry, Joann's, but I just don't like this glue gun. There we go. I glued that thread to keep it down instead of tying a knot. And we're just going to let that cool off. We're going to make it work. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so patient with me. Y'all are so patient. Yeah. Making videos, it's hard work, y'all. And I like to leave mistakes in most of my videos because I think that's the real true world, right? I like to keep it real with everybody. So in a lot of my videos, you see mistakes. But when you're live, there's no editing this out and saying, whoops, let me just do it totally different. You just kind of have to go with the flow. I see we have 117 people watching. I'm hoping with the snafu of 2 live streams that you're on the one that I'm seeing your comments. It's just going to take a second because that glue is so hot. But yes, isn't that going to be pretty? Even with her faults, I still really love her. All right, and we're done with the needle at this point. So we have the top of our tuffet stuffed with a button in the middle. So now we can bring in our box, and we're just going to stuff it all right back down inside. Hazel, you made it to the right live stream. Thank you so much. Y'all always try to get me crying on these live videos. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're in the right live stream. I didn't create 2 live streams. I don't know why it did that. Y'all, we're just stuffing everything right down inside the opening of this box. Just like that. And you might have to play around with it. Squish it around and get it all situated until it looks nice and pretty. Just like that. Oh, I think she's so pretty. Now, y'all, it fits down there pretty tight. It does. This one's nice and tight, but I can still take it out. If you want to hot glue yours in, by all means, go ahead and do that. See how she just fits right down in there and you just stuff down the sides? But if you want to hot glue yours inside the box to make it nice and permanent, by all means, go ahead and do that. I'm just stuffing it down. Just like that. Just like that. She's so pretty. And with the sponge on the top, I can still use the pins. So the pins stick in there just like that. The YouTube is blurry, Jane says. It looks okay on my end, Jane, but you might want to leave the video and try coming back. That might refresh it. Yeah, don't you love that? Isn't that so pretty? So y'all, there's so many different things you can do with this. When I was at the Dollar Tree, they had these pearls. We're going to add some feet to the bottom of our tuffet. They had these pearls. They had these wooden beads. Wouldn't this be cute? All different sizes, different colors for $1. I got these these pearls I'm going to use, but y'all, most of us have a stash of craft stuff, right? A stash of beads. Wouldn't those be pretty? These little glass beads. That would be gorgeous. I'm saving those. I don't know when I'll ever use them, but I want to use the pearls as feet for this tuffet. So let's go ahead and open up this bag. Judith, I did, but I don't want you to use what I used because it didn't work out so well. In this pin cushion, I used a sponge from the Dollar Tree, which works great, okay? But then I also filled it with cotton balls, and that does not work great. So don't use the cotton balls. If you want to use the sponge, great, because the needles go through it, but the needles don't go through the cotton balls. In this one, I used strictly polyfill, which made it really plump and pretty. So I would say use polyfill. I was experimenting in today's demonstration. Celeste said this would be great to use with the orphan blocks. It would. It would. We're going to get 4 of these for the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hopefully my glue gun will cooperate. They want to roll around. Let's put them right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and just hot glue my feet in the 4 corners. Ashley said, what supplies do I need to make these pin cushions? Let's see. I used a gift box from the Dollar Tree. You'll need some polyfill and some thick thread. I used a DMC thread, but some cotton crochet thread would work great, or some hand quilting thread, nice and strong thread to tie around the top of your tuffet. You can add a button in the middle if you want. You'll need some little beads, or wooden thimbles would be so adorable as feet, but you'll need something as feet. You'll need a glue gun and some scissors and some fabric, and really that's it. That's really it. We're not using the sewing machine today. I'm just going to put a bead of glue right down onto the corner. And set that bead as a foot. Just like that. That's going to be so cute. For the blue one, I used 4 of the wooden beads that I just showed you from the Dollar Tree, and those worked really great. Like that. Of course, I'm messy with my glue gun, y'all, so I have little threads of glue everywhere. That's okay. It all comes off. Now we're going to let that glue set up for just a second and cool off. So there are the 4 feet for my tuffet. Yeah, Diane said you could paint the box. There's so many different things you could do. Sally said old wooden spools for feet. That would be great. Yes. Yes. Delane said I was on the other chat and there were 53 participants and I missed all of her brilliant comments. Maybe when this live is over, before I go and take that other one, the duplicate down, I'll have to go back and read all of your brilliant comments. Ooh, decoupage. Y'all, years and years ago, decoupage was all the craze, right? I decoupaged everything. I decoupaged a coffee table one time. That would be so much fun, yes, to decoupage your box. Especially if you have a box that you don't particularly like anyway. Cover it up, yeah. All right, so that's nice and dry and cooled off. So there's the feet for my tuffet. But we're going to go one step further, y'all. I have, like this one, I just kept it nice and simple. I just hot glued a button, one on each one of the 4 sides. You could do that. But then y'all know me with the lace and the trims and all the stuff. I have some lace here. So let's just audition this lace and see how that would look. Oh goodness, wouldn't that look so pretty? Wouldn't that look so pretty? So I'm just going to hold it up there and let you see it. I'm going to let you pick what we use on the side of the box. So there's this lace, and that's what it would look like. You just see the feet right at the bottom of the lace. So there's that lace. You know what, for this particular pincushion, I'm not really crazy about this, but if I had some white or some cream colored, wouldn't that dress up the tuffet just like that? So we have this red one. Actually, that looks pretty good too, doesn't it? So we have the white lacy, we have the red, and then we have this one with the little baby pearls on it. And I'm going to let y'all pick which one we do. So let me know. This one would go on the side just like that. Ooh, she's pretty. That's so pretty too. All right, so which one do y'all think? white, cream with pearls, or the red. That's funny. Helen said, your white looks light blue on my screen. That's crazy. Looks good with the red. I like the white. I like the red. White, the first one, the red lace, red, white one, white, red, white. White, white, white. Not burgundy. Cream with pearls. All right, well, it looks like white is winning out, even though the red is a close second, isn't it? It really is a close second for the red. We're going to go ahead. We'll do the white one. I'm sorry if that's not the one that you picked. Yeah, like Helen said, I could make 2 more and do it with both of those other ones. We're going to go ahead and glue this white one on so you can see what this is going to look like. Just gluing it right to the top of that box. The red one really added a pop of like made it kind of snazzy, didn't it? And then the cream one with the pearls was very simple and elegant. I do like this white lacy one though. I think that's gorgeous. So it's just going to take a second for the glue to cool down. I'm just going to work my way right around the box. Just like this. Trying not to burn my fingers in the meantime. I want to thank all my moderators. Y'all are so helpful. Thank y'all so much for keeping an eye out on my channel during the live streams. Ta-da, just working my way right around. Just like that. Push it down a little bit. Linda said the white one is too long and hides your feet. The feet just stick out just at the bottom. Just a little tiny bit. Put the pearls on top of the white. That would be pretty. Yes. Let's see what that would look like. Ooh, like that? Maybe. Maybe. All right, let me glue down this little flippy part that was at the beginning. Like that. Helen said, I love the peekaboo feet. All right, we're going to bring this over and just cut the extra off like that. It's going to come about halfway. So I'm just going to finish gluing this down. And y'all, really, this is it. And you can make it as simple or as elegant. You could keep on going with the decorations, right? You could keep on going. Or you could make it nice and simple. You don't even really have to use the buttons, do you? I think as the designer and creator, you have creative freedom to decorate it however you want. So this is the bottom. This is what you see from the side. The feet just do peek over that lace or under that lace, right? And then that is what it looks like from the, ooh, it's still hot. From the top. It's so hard to show you what it looks like on the webcam. Really too, because the camera's focused for my table. So when I hold it up close, it's not really in focus. But that's what this one looks like. Isn't she cute? Isn't she cute? And y'all, really, it does not take that long to make these because I'm trying to explain the best that I can how to do it. It takes longer, but y'all could make a bunch of these in one craft sitting. It really does not take that long. And these are just boxes from the Dollar Tree. But if you just came in and missed the beginning, you could use all shapes of lids, right? This is just a spaghetti jar lid. You could make a round tuffet. You could make a square one. I have the top to a square one right here. Isn't that cute? Isn't that pretty? So yes, you're not limited to sizes or shapes, and I love that. But y'all, this is just mainly stuff from the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree gift boxes. I love the Dollar Tree. Yes, I think she's kind of fancy and girly and pretty. Same tuffet, different fabrics, different decorations, different feet, and totally two different looks, right? But how cute would that be to make for your friends? Your friends who sew, you know, we've got Christmas, it is quickly approaching. Or maybe you have a friend's birthday coming up and you've already given them, you've known them forever, you've given them all the gadgets, all the things. They collect something, you've given them something they collect every year and you're looking for something new. Look how simple that is. Yes, so there is a whole great big, well, I say great big. This is the 9th video in the Pin Cushion series. So, Mimsy just posted a link, but you can also open the description box, and there's a link there that brings you to all the other 8 videos in the Pin Cushion series. I'm working on a Dollar Tree video. Stuff that you can fill your pin cushions with from the Dollar Tree. And then I have 2 other pin cushion ideas of videos that I want to share before this series is done. But one of the things that I love, let me switch this camera. One of the things that I love about YouTube is that I don't have to be done with any series on YouTube. If we have an idea for a pin cushion a month from now, we can always add to the playlist, right? So even though this series of videos is coming to an end, we can always add more down the road, right? Helen said, I can see small rhinestones on the lace. Yes, to look like little tacks. Oh, that's such a good idea. Y'all have such great ideas. Brenda said, I like to use a teacup and saucer as a pin cushion. Yes, those are adorable. I have a whole collection of teacups. I might sacrifice one to make a pin cushion because I love them. Judith said she's going to make one of these for sure. Good. I hope you do. And if you're on the Creative Crew group, we would love to see your pictures of the pin cushions that you're making. You can easily share photos over on the Creative Crew group. There's a link for a Creative Crew group if you haven't joined down in the description box. We'd love to have you there. Make sure you answer the 2 security questions though, y'all. We have 2 people waiting to be approved. So you might be one of those 2 people who are like, why haven't they brought me into the group? You have to answer the 2 security questions. They're simple questions. Just take a second to answer them and then join the group. Have you ever done one with a ceramic figurine? I have not, Miss Selma. I have not. Do you have an example that you could share with me? Because that sounds fun. It's so great to see you. I'm sorry about the confusion of a duplicate live. I don't know what happened, y'all. At least my cameras are working this week. Last week, that was a big mess. Ooh, tuna cans or clam cans. Yes. Yes, you could paint them. You could cover them with fabric. You could decoupage on it, like Barbara said. Cat food cans. Yes, that's a great idea. See, y'all are so creative. Y'all are so creative. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today. Ashley, I have, well, not all can openers are the same, right? But the can opener that I have takes off the lid without leaving a sharp edge. But if yours does leave a sharp edge, maybe you can take a little file and file down the little sharp pokies. But if you cover it with fabric, I think that would help too. Angel said, I think I'm addicted to making pin cushions. Me too, Angel. Me too. Ooh, baby jars. That's a good idea. Judith goes to the junk stores and buys figurines with openings to make pin cushions with. Ah, Mimsy said, cover your sharp edges from your cans with some hot glue, because that will cover them. See, y'all are so smart. Y'all are so smart. It's been a lot of fun making this little pin cushion. See, from this angle, you can just see it. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Can you see that? You hold it straight. There we go, like that. See, the feet just do come down past that lace. Just a little tiny bit. She's cute though, right? I could see myself making a bunch of these, and probably will. Probably will. I think they're adorable. So it's been so great. I'm sorry, again, if you're on the wrong live, if you have asked me questions and I haven't answered them, more than likely you might be on the duplicate and I'm not seeing your comments. I'm so sorry. Have you sold any at bazaars? So that's a good question Ashley asked. To those of you who do the craft shows and the bazaars and sell your items that you make, have you sold any pin cushions? I have not done. The last time I set up a booth was at a flea market 3 or 4 years ago, and I didn't make any pin cushions at that time. I wish I would have had some, because I would have tried to put some cute little pin cushions in my booth. Ooh, Molly said, put a bar of soap in the bottom and some poly on top of it, and the soap sharpens the pins and smells good too. I was wondering about that, Molly. I was wondering about bars of soap because I just went to the Dollar Tree and I walked down the soap aisle, and I was like, I didn't even include that into my video because I was like, would that work for your needles? I don't know. So I didn't film that, but I was wondering. Carol asked, what is the best fill-in to sharpen the pins? And Sally said, steel wool or walnut shells. Yes. Valera, thank you so much for spending time. Thank you for the super chats. I love you. And thank you so much. Sally said that's why she's making so many. She's going to put some in the Christmas bazaar. Ashley said, my items don't sell very good for crochet or knitting, so you helped me with another idea. You know what, Ashley? It's so hard to sell handmade items sometimes because you have so much work involved. And the cost of materials, the cost of yarn and your time. A lot of the times people who go to the bazaars or the craft shows and things like that, they just don't have any idea about all the work and the money tied up into that handcrafted item and your experience that it took to make it. And so a lot of people don't understand the pricing, right? So, but every once in a while you get someone who appreciates the skill and the talent and the time and the money, and you make a sale because someone comes along who appreciates what you do and wants to have your items. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do shows, right? Diane, that's a good question. I picked up some of the Brillo pads. It's in my Dollar Tree video that I'm working on. I'm going to find out. I'm going to experiment with some. So we'll see. But yeah, I picked up some. It has the pink stuff on it. I don't know if that's going to mess up my pin cushion. It has the pink, like soapy stuff already on it. We're going to see, because I like to experiment just like today. Judith has a really good point too. A lot of the people going to the craft shows and the bazaars and all that, they're looking for ideas for things to make themselves. And I think that's okay. I like getting ideas when I go to a bazaar or be inspired by something that I see while I'm there. And I'm like, you know, I think I could make that. But I also, if I see something I really love, I buy it. So y'all, I just want to thank you so much for hanging out with me and for the time just to chit chat with everybody. You know, I know things are starting to resume. Harlan hasn't gone back to work in person permanently, but he is starting to have assignments at work where he has gone to work in person for the day to do a special project, but he's still working from home. And I know a lot of y'all have gone back to work. So I just want to say I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me today. And if you're watching on the replay and you've made it this far, thanks for sticking in there and hanging out with us. So I do look forward to seeing y'all next Thursday, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully there will be just one live stream next Thursday. I cannot guarantee you that. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I don't know what we're doing next Thursday. I haven't planned that far in advance, but I'll look forward to seeing you then. Okay, if you just joined and you haven't updated us about the storm, when this video is over, please go down in the comment section and just update us. Let us know how you're doing, how everything is going, because we do care about you and we worry about you. Hazel, thank you so much, Hazel. Helen, thank you so much. Mimsy, thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Diane, thank you, everybody who I've missed. Sherry said, it makes me laugh when you're talking about me. I love you, Miss Sherry. One last thank you to my moderators. I could not do this without you. When I first started doing lives on YouTube, I was a nervous wreck. So I would not want to keep doing lives without my moderators. I appreciate you so much. All right, everybody. I will see you next Thursday. And until then, have fun creating, share your pictures, Join the creative crew. Share your pictures of your pin cushions. I want to see them, and so does everybody else. Bye, everybody.